Insight 131. When you do make progress and recognize an influence, a pathway to your consciousness, or when you have set up a mindful barrier to a path, it is important to feel good about your progress. So, as you know, there's a lot of negatives in associated with sexual fixation and all this stuff, including personally how you think about yourself. So it's important to, when you make any sort of progress, when you recognize it, to feel good about your progress. It's a positive thing. Okay? It's like getting a good grade and, I'm saying, hey, I did good, yeah. So when you do make progress and recognize and recognize an influence, hey, you recognize an influence, oh yeah, I recognize this influence. This is influencing me. Well, feel good about it. Notice yourself and what you've done and how you've progressed and go, wow, this is really good. Good. If you recognize a pathway to your consciousness, like a pathway of thought, one thought leads to the next. If you figure out 3 thoughts interconnecting, 2 thoughts interconnecting, feel good about it. Say, hey, see that you're progressing. When you set up being very aware of a certain thought or situation or person or whatever it is, it's called a mindful barrier. When you're a barrier of awareness, of intensely being aware of something, so much so that it cannot get you by surprise again because you're aware of it. It's like you're walking down the street and this dog constantly barks at you at a certain because it's his house, let's say. So you're walking by it, it surprises you the first time, and maybe the second time, but by the third time, if you're aware of it, you go, even just before getting to that fence, you know there's a fence there, and more than likely a dog is going to bark at you. Why? Because you're aware of it. You know it's happened to you before, and you okay, good. Explanation under Insight 31, because it says some good stuff. Okay, make it a point to feel good about the progress you have made. Acknowledge to yourself any progress that you make, no matter how small you think your progress is, because it will boost your morale. Also, it will make plain to you that this sexual mystery is not impenetrable, and that you can make progress in understanding it and overcoming it, step by step, like any other obstacle in life. In all your thoughts, feelings, and actions, be honest with yourself. Do not jump around with happiness if you do not feel like it. Do not be like many who try to feel good but are not feeling it. Just be honest with yourself. Do not exaggerate your progress. Just make an honest observation of the progress you have made, and realize that this sexual fixation can be solved. Yeah, so I'm just saying, be honest. You're making some progress. Feel good about it. It's a good thing. All right, Insight 131's explanation. It's like I remember seeing one of the movies. Actually, in many movies they use this. 2 guys are fighting. One guy is so tall and so powerful. The other person and also the audience believe that this person cannot possibly be hurt. Through some fighting, whatever happens, this guy now gets punched or gets hit somehow, whereby he sheds a little blood, just a little blood, indicating to the fighter opposing him that, oh, this guy is not a god, meaning he's not, impenetrable. He has flaws. He can be defeated, So the same thing here. So when you've made headway into seeing how this really is working. I'm learning stuff about influences that were invisible before and how they work. That's that little blood of that guy getting shot, hit, You're seeing that, hey, this stuff is actually at first seems like a total mystery, cannot understand it, why even bother trying to understand it? Now that you're seeing progress, you go, oh, that's enough to indicate to you that, hey, this is not an impenetrable mystery. It can be defeated,